everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Roya. Happy September. Today we're just going to be doing like some chill, cozy hobbies in an attempt to do some doom scroll detoxing, but also in general just to like get back into my hobby routine. I did just come back from traveling. We went to New Orleans, which was a fun time. Picked up some books from some of the local bookshops in the French Quarter, but overall it was a good few days that we spent, and now I'm back home and ready to do some more cozy hobbies. Also just like get ahead of October, which is quickly approaching. I want to get my reading journal ready. I want to do a fall TBR. I want to do a fall like vision board or bucket list. Overall, just want to like catch up on my hobbies, which could include like non-digital things like crochet or crafting, doing my reading journal and journal spread updates, and then also like catching up on games and any shows. But today's purpose is to try to stay away from my phone and a lot of screens as much as possible. Now I do like to have like my iPad on to like listen to an ambiance or just like have a cozy like background noise sometimes. So that to me is not really doom scrolling. My purpose today and tomorrow, this is going to be a weekend vlog, is to just stay away from my phone as much as possible. And my new reading journal just arrived. I do like the idea of a reading journal, but I've always been super intimidated by reading journals because they seem like something that like at one point they were a burden for me. Like I never had time to do it, but I've really been missing it, and like I don't have a proper way to document like all of my book spreads or TBRs or anything. And I'm a very like crafty person. I love like, you know, I have a life journal, like a junk journal, but I don't have a reading journal. So I did end up getting the Leuchtturm, I think that's how you pronounce it, like A5 dotted notebook. I'll like put it up here so you can see what I'm talking about. This is like the most popular journal for junk journaling and reading journals. Today I will be putting in my fall TBR and like my TBR in general in that reading journal, and I'm so excited, and like it's such a great time to start it because I get to start it with like all the autumnal vibes, and I'm gonna put pumpkins in it and all that. It's gonna be fun. I would very much like to make this a completely spooky video. That is not going to be the case. That will probably be the next vlog after this. This is just going to be kind of a general self-care type like doom scroll detox cozy hobby vlog, just dabbling in all the things that I feel like doing. We will probably be doing some reading. There is a book that I really want to get started on reading. Again, like my reading journal, like crafting stuff. There are some really cute crochet patterns that I have seen on Pinterest that I've saved to my boards that I really want to try. And then tomorrow we are going to be going to Barnes & Noble because this book, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Catabasis, has come out, and I cannot wait to read this book. It looks like it's going to be perfect for autumn, and I hope my local Barnes & Noble has like the edition with the sprayed edges. Like it looks like a labyrinth on the sprayed edges, so I'm very excited to pick that up. Just like give myself the opportunity to have like my first official like spooky dark academia book run, and I am like still holding back on buying books, of course, but tomorrow I will be going to Trader Joe's as well. I believe all of their fall stuff is out, so I think that will be fun. I don't know if I'm going to include that in this video, but overall just trying to say that I'm going to have a cozy weekend with a little bit of specks of autumnal magic. Let's go grab our first cozy hobby and start cozy hobbying. I also would say, as usual, grab your cozy drink. I was gonna go grab my cozy drink, but I have run out of milk and I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow, so I cannot have like the chai or the iced coffee that I was planning to make today. So I might just do like a soda, honestly, because I already had tea this morning. So grab your cozy drink and let's go do some cozy hobbies. Okay, here it is. This is the Leuchtturm notebook. I am so excited to finally own one of these. I have known about these for probably like over 5 years now, back like before the pandemic when junk journaling was popular. I remember seeing these and always wanting one, so I'm really excited now to finally have my own. And I got it in this like really pretty, I think it's called Port Red or Port Wine. It's one of those two. It's this really pretty like dark, almost like red purplish purplish color. So let's open it up and get started. I have already done the hard part, which is finding all of the book covers that I want printed, and then also some of the Canva graphics that I want to put in my journal. I'm going to pull out some of my stickers, and I'm going to pull out some like pieces of scrap paper and other things that I have collected. And yeah, let's start. Okay guys, I have finished my first ever Loic term reading journal. I added this little piece of scrap paper that I had. I thought it looked really nice with the color. I don't know how I feel about the blue washi tape yet, but for now I'll leave it there. So I just wrote like a little description that this is my first reading journal in a Loic term notebook. I glued the first like table of content pages together because I'm not gonna use them. And this is my little intro page. Just like nice and cute, just like a lot of scrap pieces of paper and stickers. And I love kind of like this like dark academia kind of vintage design. And I have made space for my never-ending TBR list. And I tried to do a thing where like I have like alternating highlighted lines so that there's a little bit of contrast on the page, and I think that was a really good idea. So it doesn't just look like an essay or anything. And then I have a second page of like a lavender color highlighter. And then here I made a space for all of the books that I've read in 2025. I'm severely behind on my reading goal this year, so that's why this is not that big. Like I'm talking, I just finished book 16 out of my 45. Reading goal. So definitely less than halfway done, and it is almost middle September. Anyway, I am going to fill out these pages off camera because that will take me a while. I have to get on my phone and get on my Goodreads and all of that, but I did make space for this. And then here is my September and October TBR page. To me, it's definitely not maybe as pretty as some of like the Pinterest reading journal spreads that I've seen, but I'm happy with it for my first one, and over time, I'm sure over time I'll get better at this, I'm sure. But yeah, so just to kind of show you guys what is actually on my fall TBR, I have the first book of the series, Unfortunate Events series, which is The Bad Beginning. And sorry, there's some children screaming outside. This is a series I have already read. I've seen the movie, I've seen the Netflix show, but I do want to reread the series at one point, so I figured fall is the perfect time to start that. And then Blood on Her Tongue is a relatively newer book to me. I've heard that it's a really spooky book and it's kind of crazy, so I feel like that will be perfect for the season. House of Hunger I own. I believe this is about vampires as well. Housemaid, I think this has been on my TBR for a long time. I saw a video on TikTok where I think they're adapting this to be on the screen, so I figure like why not read it now so I can see what all the hype is, and I've heard it's really good, and I do enjoy this author's works. Of course, I have Calabasas on here, which is that book I was telling you about earlier that I'm gonna pick up tomorrow. The Secret History, Don't Come For Me, I have not read yet. Like, I know it's embarrassing. It's like the dark academia book, and it's gonna be perfect for this season, so I'm gonna read it this year. I know I'm gonna read it. And then The Undead Fox of Deadwood Forest is a relatively new one that I've heard about. Don't know too much about it. The cover is really cute. I think I saw it on Pinterest, so I was like, why not add it? I believe it's about a fox or the main characters like sending people on to the afterlife. I could be really wrong about this. The final book in my TBR that I have here, it's a middle grade and it's spooky. That's all that I know about it. Most of these I don't know a whole lot about, and I like it like that, to be honest. I like going into books blind because then I get surprised and my expectations are never too high. So here is my completed fall, September and October reading TBR, and I'm very excited to continue to make spreads in this. I'm trying to like go at a healthy rhythm because I love doing this stuff so much. Like, as you can tell, I have a whole craft station for crafting and sewing and junk journaling and drawing and everything, but life is busy. Sometimes it's really hard to fit all of my hobbies, and I just have to like, I have a reminder set on my phone so that at the end of every month I can update my journals and whatnot. But yeah, that's it so far. I think in the future I am going to do like a series tracker, maybe like a new release tracker, something fun like that. But for now, I'm happy with this, and again, I'm gonna fill the rest of this out off camera. But this is my little reading journal, so that was a lot of fun. I didn't even use my phone really to like get much inspo because I was actually using it to record for Instagram and TikTok, so that was kind of perfect. So I did this like from my own mind mind. Let's do our next hobby. I'm probably gonna go eat something because I'm starving. Like, I've been sitting in this chair for what feels like 2 hours now. So I'm gonna put this away and we will do our next hobby. So it is now a few hours later. I ended up having some dinner and just doing some house things. But the next hobby that I want to do is to start a new book. This has been on my TBR for a while, and this is a special edition as well. It has the purple sprayed edges. I feel like this is a perfect book for autumn and just like fall in general. It's giving me like spooky vibes. This is The Whisperwicks, The Labyrinth of Lost and Found by Jordan Lees. I'm very excited to get into this. I'm a huge middle grade reader, and I think I might wind down with this. Oh, and it has illustrations. This is illustrated. But I think I might wind down with this for the night. I did start filming this video kind of later in the day because I was reading the newest Riley Sager book all morning, and it was just getting to the part where we were finding out who the culprit was. If you don't know, With the Vengeance is basically a mashup of The Orient Express, or Murder on the Orient Express, and Then There Were None. Very interesting, like, story and plot, and Riley Sager is like a master of plot twists and turns. I did not expect anything that happened, and it was just such a good book. So because of that, I started filming this video a little bit later than I wanted to, so it's already like 8:40 now. So I'm just gonna wind down and read because I am pretty tired. But tomorrow we are going to be returning with some more cozy hobbies. I have this watercolor, like woodland watercolor coloring book that I have not yet tried with watercolor, and I really want to try it. And I have an overflowing pile of coloring books because I keep seeing really cool ones at the store, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to buy it. So I have this one that I want to try. I want to get better at watercolor, and I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity. A lot of different types of pictures in it. I think I might want to do this one or another one, but yeah, just you can't go wrong with watercolor. Like, even if you mess up, like, it's never really messed up. You can always layer with watercolor. So I'm gonna do this tomorrow, and then some other hobbies as well. But for now, let's start reading The Whisperwicks. Okay, we are home now. I have my little woodland watercolor coloring book that I'm really excited to use. I think I'm going to be doing this page. It doesn't look super complicated. And then I also have a really simple watercolor set. I'll show you real quick. It's just really simple, nothing complicated, and just going to have a little ambiance on. I just got my vanilla pumpkin scented candle lit, which I got from Trader Joe's, and it smells really good. I finished my watercolor piece. Just a little disclaimer, do not take any advice from me when it comes to watercolor. And sometimes it's nice to just let my hands like kind of flow with the paintbrush wherever I think the paintbrush should go. There is obviously a learning curve to watercolor. Like I think my piece came out a little bit too dark, darker than I wanted, because with watercolor you can really manipulate like the shadows and the dimensions, but if you do too many layers at one point, it starts to look less like watercolor and more like acrylic. But this was a lot of fun. It wasn't absolutely terrible, I don't think I did that bad of a job, but I am more used to acrylic and gouache. Those require a little bit more control, and I think I'm just used to that, and sometimes I just like completely lose it when I'm watercoloring. I'm gonna go get a snack because I'm starting to get a migraine, and then after that I think I really want to crochet. I am like thinking of like what I want to crochet. Do I want to crochet like a plushie, some new clothes for my teddy bear, which I love doing seasonally, or like something practical that I could use? I'm not sure yet, but after I eat my snack, we will go look and see what kind of crochet patterns we can find. So I have figured out what I think I want to crochet, and I think it's something that I could actually use like every day in my life. I've seen these like TikTok tutorials for koozies, like little like drink or can koozies, so that it keeps your drink warm or cool, but for me it'd probably be on the cooler side. So I found this like simple pattern. I'm going to do that real quick. I found it on TikTok and I just added it to my notes real quick. So I'm going to be periodically looking at my phone. I know I'm not supposed to use my phone that much while I'm doing my cozy hobbies for this video, but I don't know the pattern by heart, so I think that is okay. First, we are going to make a magic circle. In every other stitch in the next row. pretty simple. Okay, it is evening now and I've done like a little shower, I've done my skincare, which is why I'm kind of shiny, but I wanted to wrap up the night with one last cozy activity, and that is some cozy gaming. If you don't know, there is this new game called Tiny Bookshop out, and I got it for my Switch, and it's basically just like this really cozy, chill game where you are a bookseller, you have this like tiny portable bookshop. Really wanted a game that I could play on my Switch that will be easy to play on like a projector, and that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna plug this into my projector, but just wanted to wrap up tonight with some cozy gaming since today has been kind of like a busy day, and like I've been doing a lot of like productive hobbies, you know, like, but I do want to do a little bit of like some brain numbing gaming. And tomorrow we are going to do some more cozy hobbies, something really fun. I'm gonna do like kind of like a fall vision board or bucket list, and I've been seeing these kind of go viral on TikTok and Pinterest, like people creating like a fall bingo, and I think that would be a lot of fun just because I like to make the most out of this season, and I love junk journaling. I love being able to like have physical media to look back on, and I think that's one of the most rewarding parts of journaling, and it's like perfect as like doom scroll detox. I actually have a few different journals that I want to show you guys, and like my different methods and how to overcome kind of like the fear of like using pretty journals and thinking you're gonna mess up the first page and then ripping it out and all that. Like, I've been there, done that. For tonight, we are going to be playing some Tiny Bookshop. It's been a few days since the last time I picked up a camera. It's the start of a new week, but I'm not feeling the greatest today, and that's okay because we are still doing cozy hobbies. And one thing I wanted to do today was create my fall vision board / my fall bucket list. So I went ahead and gathered all of my supplies, so that would include ribbon. I've printed out a bunch of pictures that either I took or I took from Pinterest. So I have some Pinterest photos here. I have some pictures that I've drawn and just like some stickers. And I have everything ready to make my fall vision board in my like junk journal, my journal in general. So I thought it'd be really cozy to do that together. One thing I wanted to show you is like I'm obsessed with like the Berenstain Bears books, because like now they come with stickers. I don't know if they always came with stickers before, but this would also be really cute to decorate my fall bucket list spread. So I thought that would be a fun activity for tonight because it's kind of like a low-key night. I don't feel the greatest today health-wise, so I think that would be the perfect activity for the day. So yeah, let's make our cozy little fall spread. Okay guys, I have finished my fall bucket list slash vision board. I really love how it came out, so I'm gonna go through the list and some of these pictures with you. But basically I have a bunch of fall coded autumnal pictures here. I have a lot of like vintage Disney pictures here, like Halloween Town. This I think is in Disneyland. I took this picture myself at Magic Kingdom. They decorated for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So all the like Halloween decorations are up, I think until like November or something. So I'm just really like into Disney right now with the Halloween vibes. It's my favorite combination. And then I have a few autumnal kind of roads here just because I live in the South and it's super hot. So we never get fall foliage here. So I'm just kind of reminiscing like the days that I wasn't living on the surface of the sun and seeing orange and red leaves. It's just very cozy and just comforting. And then I have Barnes & Noble, of course, because fall is not complete without unnecessary trips to Barnes & Noble. And then I have cinnamon rolls because that is something I want to bake this year. I want to decorate for Halloween outside of my house this year, so that's why this is here. But just like really cozy vibes from this page. I have a jelly cat, which is Bartholomew, and I'm pretty sure he's not available in the US anymore, which is really sad because I never got a chance to get a Bartholomew. I have a Build-A-Bear. It's not Bartholomew, but close enough, I guess. But yeah, just really leaning into like the 2000s vibes this year. That's why I love making vision boards every year, because last year it looked different than this, and this year I'm really leaning into like early 2000s vintage, like comforting fall. And I don't know, I think my, you know, millennial self is just craving that. So that is my little vision board. But in terms of my bucket list, I'm gonna go through that quickly with you guys. The first thing I want to do is buy a Halloween jelly cat. I have like a small pumpkin one, but I wanted to get a little bit like of a spookier one maybe. I know they just released their collection for this year, but the Bartholomew spider one is already sold out. I don't know if there's any left anymore, but I might check around my area and see if I can find one from like a retailer. And then another thing that I want to do that's on my bucket list is to find either like an orange or brown leaf where I live, which is probably impossible. It's like my little treasure hunt because like I said, the leaves around here stay green all year. So we'll see, maybe in November I might find one. Then watch Practical Magic. I've never seen Practical Magic actually, believe it or not. I'm just saving it for like the perfect fall night, and I think I'm going to do that this year. Paint a watercolor like autumnal scene. Another thing on my bucket list is to go to a pumpkin patch or a farm, and we have one near us, and I just love going to a pumpkin patch, looking at like homemade jams, like little knickknacks. I want to bake cinnamon rolls this year, and that will be the first time that I've ever made cinnamon rolls, and I'm really excited and up for the challenge. I don't know how hard it is or if it's easy, but I really want to make like homemade cinnamon rolls, and like as I've gotten older, I have this appreciation for cinnamon like out of nowhere. Another thing I want to do is to solve a mystery puzzle. I have these like solo board games that are like murder mystery puzzles, and in order to put the picture together you have to go through the clues and figure them out. So I figure that will be a nice little way to spend a few hours with myself. And then the last thing I want to do is to decorate outside for fall. I didn't put this on this sheet, but I just thought of another thing that I want to do, which is try and create like a cute fall outfit, despite the fact that I live on the surface of the sun. So around here we don't really get to wear like thick sweaters or anything, like, you know, long jeans and cute sweaters, like that kind of stuff, like maybe in December, but even by then like it's kind of too late. So I want to be creative, use what I have, and come up with a cute fall outfit that is like 85-degree weather friendly. So yeah, that is a goal of mine, not really a bucket list item, but just like a general goal of mine. So end today's video, I think I said this earlier the other day, but I wanted to go through my journals with you because that's something that I've really been getting into lately, and it's just such a perfect way to like doom scroll detox and just kind of like embrace physical media and arts and crafts and put your phone down for a second. So I'm going to go through my other journals and show you guys what you can do with your journals, and maybe you'll be inspired. So like, for example, as you saw, this is my life journal. This is like my, every month I do a monthly spread journal. Like this was last year, and I just go through, this was my January 1st vision board for 2025, like just stuff like that. I go through and I just grab things like receipts, tea bags that are relevant, like certain memories, and put them in here. I'm very like memory oriented and very like scent oriented, very just nostalgic in general, and so doing things like this is good for me because I like to kind of immortalize all of my memories, and it's really peaceful and calming, like the actual activity itself. So I highly recommend getting yourself a separate notebook for like junk journaling, like memories. Like I had a Polaroid camera that I would use and print pictures out. You could get like the Canon picture printers and print stuff out from your phone. So highly recommend like a life journal. Then you saw earlier in the video, I got myself a reading journal. I decorated it, and you guys didn't see this, but I went ahead and updated my TBR list off camera. This is just like page 1 or 2 of my entire Goodreads. Like I still have like 16 pages worth of books on my TBR, but at least I've started it. So now I have a physical list, because sometimes it's nice to not just depend on the internet all the time and have like a physical list. So here's my TBR. Here is my current reading log for all the books that I've read this year, which is pretty slim, honestly. I think out of all 5 years that I've done the Goodreads challenge, this year I am super behind, but I did just move and a lot of things have happened this year, so I'm not upset about it, you know, it's fine. And I've been embracing cozy hobbies, so it's fine. And here is my September and October TBR. So this is another thing you could do with your journals. If you have journals you don't know what to do with, just use them. Don't be intimidated by how pretty they may be. Just use them. If you mess up, it's fine. Like, it's a journal. It's not supposed to be perfect. And that's something I struggle with. So that's why I'm putting it out there so that you know. My mom got me these really pretty journals from a bookstore, and I'm very intimidated to start using these. I've already started using it though, and I'm forcing myself to like just use it. Like I don't have to have a perfect page. Like every single page does not have to be a masterpiece. Like just use it. So I wanted to show you what I've started doing with this one. So there is this app called Substack, and I think I might have talked about this in another video, but it's this like perfect app actually for people who like to doom scroll, but at least it's kind of like productive doom scrolling. So you can look at like different like forms of expression, essays, critiques on things, just like analysis about random topics or whatever you can think of is on there. People are so creative, and I find like a lot of wisdom and just like different perspectives on things on Substack. So I'm making this my Substack notebook. So like different essays that I read, or different kind of like I don't know, like newsletters or whatever you call them. If there's something that is like really sticks out to me, I try to make a cute little spread in here. So there was one essay called Tricking Ourselves into Consistency, and I thought it was really thought-provoking. So I got some stickers and some washi tape and just made like a little, kind of like a little, not study guide, but I guess like my little cheat sheet of some of the basics of what she was saying, and just try to like make it cute, you know, practice my cursive a little. So this is my Substack notebook. So if you're into creative writing, or if you're into like analyzing essays, like you could do that with your journal. And then I have another pretty journal here, which I have not yet done anything with. I might make this a personal curriculum notebook, or I might make it like a creative writing notebook. So a personal curriculum, which ironically is trending right now, is like when you go and voluntarily study things that aren't necessarily part of an assignment or school, but you go and do it in your free time. So like say if you're really interested in the history of the Roman Empire, you can make that your personal curriculum. Read essays, read books, give yourself like a mini assignment. Write a 1,000 word essay about just like Roman history or the fall of the Roman Empire, etc. Some people have done like language personal curriculums, like learn Japanese, just like anything that you want to do and like expand your knowledge or your wisdom. Like you could do a personal curriculum. Or for me, like I'm considering, like I've always wanted to write a book, but I just don't have time. I feel like I don't have time, and I feel like I just don't know like what I would really even write. But creative writing, I mean, you don't have to have like a perfect idea to start writing. You could just start writing and see where it takes you. And I think that's really good advice, honestly. So I could even use this journal for just writing, you know, creative stories. Like that was something I really enjoyed doing as a kid in school. Like when we had the opportunity to write like a 1-page, I don't know, like creative story, like I love doing that. So use the notebooks, be creative, be yourself, you know, and get off your phone, you know, like respectfully, stop doom scrolling, grab your journals and have something that you can look back on in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know it was kind of like random, like I was doing a bunch of hobbies like one after another, but it was truly a wonderful last few days, kind of minimizing my screen time. And Sunday passed and I got like my screen time report, and it was like 2 or 3 hours below my average. So I'm proud of that, which means that I did make a difference this week. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next video, and get ready for some spooky content. It's coming. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.